See, this is a good blooper reel. I do this for the blooper. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Tim, and this is Tim the Trailman, and this is my good friend Colby with Southeast Overland Adventures. So Colby, my wife and I were using the camper over the weekend, and we loved it. It's a great camper. This is the second time I've used a overlanding camper in my activities. I don't think I'm ever going back to a ground tent again.
Yeah.
And tell me a little bit about what got you into overlanding and your passion, and then we'll jump into the features of the trailer in a minute, but I want to hear more about Southeast Overland Adventures as well.
All right, thanks, Tim. So I started the company in January of 2022. I'd like to tell you a little bit of a story how I got into it. I got my first Jeep when I was 17, and I've always been into Jeeps and off-road vehicles since then. And a lot of times I would go out for the day on trips, but the further I went, the less time I had to actually get out and explore. I started thinking, okay, what can I do? Do I want to get a ground tent? Do I want a trailer? So originally I had planned to build a trailer myself. So I had gone through a bunch of research. I had started drawing up plans, and once I told my wife what I was planning to do, she told me I'd never come out of the garage for 2 years. So I scratched that plan, and I ended up buying this trailer.
Colby, that's an awesome story on how you got into the overlanding and the camping, and then just wanting to expand the time or stay longer out on the trails, and moving into a camper trailer definitely allows that. And it definitely sounds like you married the right woman that says, maybe you're not going to build one. People already do that. Why don't you just put a logo on it and things like that? So tell me more about Southeast Overland Adventures, and how can people find you and the business?
Sure, absolutely. So, the reason I started the company was I wanted other people to have an opportunity to experience the same outdoor adventures that I have. So it's really been great for my family too. My wife, my daughter love going camping now. They usually sleep on the inside. I'll sleep up top. But my 4-year-old daughter thinks it's really fun just to go outdoors and then play inside. You can find information about the company, book online, so southeastoverlandadventures.com. We've got all the information about the trailer, all the gear that's included is on there. You can book online to make your reservation. Camper comes fully stocked.
Man, Colby, you're not lying. To talk about a fully stocked camper, the only thing that me and my wife had to bring was clothes and food. Speaking of the features, why don't you give me a tour of the camper, Colby?
So on the exterior, we've got a dual battery system. It's got 2 Optima yellow top batteries that are wired together in parallel. That's about 140 amp hours worth of power. With that amount of power, with 140 amp hours, that easily will run the camper and the domestic refrigerator for multiple days without having to hook into power. Up top here we have an ARB awning, so this is 98 by 98. Provides shade from the sun, or just gives you a nice cooler place to put your chairs underneath. And then over here we've got an instant hot water heater for the shower. We have a tent that gets set up right here that has a wooden mat that you don't get your feet all muddy when you're taking a shower. But this is great after a long day of hiking or just being outdoors. You can come shower off and feel nice and clean. All right, so the trailer is also equipped with electric brakes. So if you have a brake controller in your vehicle, very easy to hook up, and it makes the trailer stop very easily. It just gives you an extra measure of safety. Let's go to the other side, and I'll take a look at the tent.
Yeah, Colby, I set up the tent at camp just to see how big it was and how it would be difficult or easy to set up. And man, for me and my wife, there'd be a ton of room, probably even more people for the tent. So give me a walkthrough of the tent and your thoughts of having it on the camper and things like that.
Yeah, so the tent's really easy to open. So all you have to do is just remove this cover. The ladder extends out, and you'll just take the ladder and pull it towards you. The tent will fold open like this, and you just put the pole that holds the rainfly in place up, and the tent's set up. So it's 60 by 80. It's right about the size of a king-size mattress, so you can easily fit 3 or 4 kids up there, 2 or 3 adults. Kids always love it because they think it's a tree house and it's fun to climb up in the tent. So great addition to give you that extra room, or if you have friends you want to take with you on a trip, maybe they've got a ground tent, and you've got a nice comfortable place for them to sleep. It's got about 4 inches of padding there, and with the mattress topper that goes with it. The bedding for the tent is included as part of your rental. So that's a 2-inch mattress topper, and it also comes with 2 pillows. So once you put that in place on the tent, it's already got 2 inches of padding on the bottom. Gives you a nice 4 inches of padding, which really makes it comfortable to sleep in. And before we move on to the kitchen, let me tell you about what's in the drawer right here. So this is a Generac generator. Comes full of gas with your rental. You can use that to power the camper, or power other devices at camp as well, charging phones, electronics, anything like that. It's also a good backup power source as well.
So yeah, Colby, the kitchen came fully stocked, like you mentioned before, and it's got running water and everything. So give me a tour of the kitchen and how can one best use it, or what can they expect while they're off-grid camping?
All right, so the camper has a 24-gallon water tank on the bottom, so that powers the running water faucet and the sink as well, stainless steel sink. You've got all the kitchen equipment that you need here, so pots, pans, plates, cups, grill tools, everything of that nature. So that's all stocked up in the kitchen. And then we've got a Dometic 55 IM electric cooler as well. So that'll, you keep your food, your drinks nice and cool. Doesn't actually require a ton of power to run. And it's nice just to have that extra comfort of home when you're out in the woods. So you've also got a Camp Chef 2-burner grill that comes with the camper, and a table to set it up on. So that gives you some extra room while you're cooking. You can put your food down or your plates down. It also that table gives you some extra storage space for dry foods as well.
So you give me a full tour of the outside of the camper. Give me a tour of the inside and what the amenities the guests can expect from sleeping on the inside.
Sure, Tim. Let me show you the inside. All right, so we've got a queen size mattress on the inside. So there's a mattress topper on here on it as well. So it's, again, nice and thick, about 6 inches total of padding. You've got 2 pillows, all the blankets, bed sheets, everything you need to stay nice and warm are cool in the summertime. So we've got also 3 cabinets and 3 drawers in there for some additional storage for your clothes or other gear that you'd like to bring. And one nice addition is a hammock that's stored in there as well, that you can pull that out, set it up at camp, and have a nice relaxing time.
Awesome. Well, thank you again, Colby, so much for letting us use the camper over the weekend. Me and my wife thoroughly enjoyed it. Tell us how we can find you again on that website, and are you on other social media accounts?
Sure, Tim, I'm glad you guys had a chance to take it out and enjoyed it, had a chance to do the trip. You can find us at southeastoverlandadventures.com. You can book your trip there. Also, when you stop by, take a look at our adventures page. So we're always posting new trip ideas and campground tours and other helpful information when you're planning your getaway. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Southeast Overland Adventures. And I really appreciate the opportunity to show you around today.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. If you want to see more content like this, hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment and a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Never had a bad comment on my tripod,